So good afternoon, late afternoon, early evening here in Vancouver, Washington. I'm staying in Airbnb in this area. Beautiful park here, massive water tower. Anyway, so there's obviously a housing crisis. I was just down in downtown Portland last Sunday in the morning on the waterfront and had the Navy ships down there, and so people were. I saw a woman who was probably about 60, clean cut, and she had a suitcase and a couple other things, a couple bags and like a mat, and she was sleeping, or she was laying like on a towel in the park, and it looked like she was staying there overnight. So she obviously lost her housing. Portland has the worst, most expensive housing in the nation right now. The vacancy rate is like 4.4% roughly. And Boise's second, like 4.6%, 4.5%. And it's just terrible. People who are close to retirement are living barely paycheck to paycheck, maybe a little bit of savings. They can't afford rent. I mean, and they're working. I mean, this is terrible. If you don't have an RV, you don't want to sleep. Maybe she probably lives in her car and then she sleeps out like when she can, when it's safe, out in the parks during the day. And she's going to work during, oh my God, what's going to happen when it's really hot? And luckily in the evenings in this part of the country it cools down, but goodness me, it's really sad. Heartbreak. So there's a solution. Something that started in the 30s and 40s, I believe. They're called boarding houses. So you get somebody to own a house, have rooms for rent at low cost, pay for room and board, and maybe you could even work there. Clean and cook and do yard work, and you'd have your room and board. That wouldn't be for everyone. It's somebody who's really down on their luck. But it's like, why can't we start doing that? I mean, it's an idea. Private enterprise. They do sober living houses and stuff. Why not boarding houses? It's just something to think about, folks. Okay, over and out. Let's think about it. Pray about it. Somebody, please start it. If I had the capital, I would do it, but I don't. Maybe that's something I can do in the future. I don't know. It's hard. Get a few people together. Start a boarding house in your city, in your town, especially your city, the urban areas, in a nice area, safe area, and charge reasonable rent. So people don't have to live on the streets who are working. The working poor, working middle class. All right, over and out. Peace.